Hi, Dulcie Crawford with Simply Vegas at the Dulcie Crawford Group, and we're going to do a video blog about mortgage lending and, how do you decide who to pick a good mortgage lender and some of the pros and cons of, say, a big box bank versus a local mortgage lender and versus maybe, say, an internet mortgage lender. So my favorite is going to be a local mortgage lender, and there's multiple reasons. Number one, much better customer service. Buying a house can be very stressful, and you really want to reduce the amount of stress that you're already going through by dealing with, say, a big box bank where you're really 1-800, whatever bank you're calling, and or you're calling one of these, new internet, rocket somebody to get your mortgage loan, and you think you can get it all done by sending a text message, and really honestly it's not that easy. I know they make it look easy, but it really isn't. And there's so many things that can go wrong while you are getting your mortgage done and done it professionally, and you want to get it for the lowest rate, and you want the best terms, and you want great customer service, and the best people to do it with are local mortgage lenders. The other thing to consider is getting your appraisal completed. And I've had numerous times where my clients choose to go with a big box bank, or as a listing agent, my seller accepts an offer from somebody with a big box bank, and we just had this happen recently. And everybody was very disappointed to see that the big box bank came in with this ridiculous lowball appraisal. I mean, it was absolutely incompetent how bad the appraisal was. I mean, and 20-something years of doing real estate, I looked at it and I wanted to cry. I felt so bad for my client that they brought the property in $50,000 below. It was literally bringing in at the value that they bought the house 5 years ago, not including all the structural upgrades, all the things that my client has done to the property, and they're literally still selling model match style property that doesn't have backyards, finished window coverings, doesn't have a wine cellar, doesn't have upgraded cabinetry in the kitchen, didn't have the upgraded waterfall beautiful quartz cabinets, the countertops in the kitchen, pot fillers in the kitchen with the chef grade appliances. So many things were missing. And, it just really wasn't fair, and it really blew up. The entire transaction fell apart because it's very hard to close an appraisal gap value of $50,000 on, say, a $600,000 sale. And, we got, everybody super stressed out for numerous days trying to figure out how to handle it. And, it just couldn't happen. So we lost it. And, I don't like to, I like to talk about all the positive all the time, but sometimes we have to be honest about, that real estate can be difficult. And we want to guide our clients, through this process so they can get what they want, which is their dream home, or sell their home so they can move on to whatever may be their final home or their dream home. And, working with a local mortgage lender, I don't have these kind of things happen. It usually happens when I'm dealing with a internet mortgage lender. We also have appraisal issues sometimes. We normally have a lot of communication problems with them. 1-800, First Bank of America, whoever you're calling. If it's a big box bank, you're one of 1,000 people that they're doing mortgage loans for that month. And honestly, they really don't care if they close your loan. Like, if they lose your loan, it's no big deal to them. They are not going to work really hard to make sure you close. They're only going to do it if it's in their best interest. And those appraisals that get ordered, they are in the interest of the mortgage lender. They are really not being done as a protection for the buyer. So that's where it gets really difficult when you're, dealing with mortgage lending and getting yourself ready to close. And if you have any questions about mortgage lending, feel free to give me a call, because I have been doing this a long time and I do understand mortgage lending. I did do some mortgage lending many years ago. I love real estate, so I decided to stick with real estate, but I do understand, the mortgage lending business.